Well, everyone, welcome back to another Legacy Series Chevelle update. We're going to walk through the shop and show you all the Legacy Series Chevelles that are currently being worked on. And we're going to start off with Black Cherry. Black Cherry is a crowd favorite. And what is the update on Black Cherry?
Well, Goldie was here.
Okay.
Goldie's got 8,000 or 9,000 miles on it. And she had a broken sway bar bushing collar.
Okay.
So if you look, there's a nice hole there, and you can see where it cracked and broke off there, and then broke off the rest of it.
Okay, so just order another one and get it fixed, right?
You would think.
What was the complication?
I was even willing to pay for it. I'm like, I don't know if maybe you consider it worn out at 8,000 miles. I don't know. They just wanted to make it difficult because we don't use their chassis anymore. So I don't know. Apparently there's one on the way. If there's not, I've ordered some other material. This is Delrin, self-lubricated Delrin. It's PTFE. It's really expensive. It's probably what these should be made out of, because then you don't have to grease up. So you could go on and on. So, but supposedly there's one on the way there, so then we can take the one we robbed off here to fix Goldie, to put the customer back in the seat. But it's got the updated TCU from HP Tuners to get the torque converter to stop locking up in between every shift, because it kind of makes it feels like it's a 20 speed.
Okay.
And so we're doing that. We have not covered the dash. I've been trying to keep the miles. I want to make the miles that we're putting on it efficient, because somebody might feel like you want to put the miles on it, even though these cars are meant to be driven.
Yeah.
So, but we haven't really pushed it that hard. I haven't put a for sale sign on it yet. We talk about that it's for sale, but
Well,
I
you
don't
can't
know.
sell it if it doesn't have a sway bar bushing.
Well, that's just because it became a parts car. So, but yes. So we're getting that part together, but trying to get everything else sorted. We got to get the dash pad covered, a couple things like that. So just different parts and pieces. So
Okay, so we're gonna keep on moving forward, and if you get a replacement bushing sometime this next coming week or so, then that's great. If not, you have some
if not,
material.
I'm just gonna make my own on the lathe. I just didn't really want to spend 3 or 4 hours making it on the lathe to make 2 of them. I don't know. You're just like, seriously?
Roger's irritated.
Yeah.
So get
Please send us the sway bar bushing.
if they watch.
If you're watching, I don't even know. They're probably still mad. So
Yeah. So once you get that done, get some more little things buttoned up on the car, and then get a for sale sign on it.
get a for sale sign on. I don't know. My wife likes this one.
A lot of people keep on. I keep on reading the comments. They say the best 2 out of them all are Goldie and Black Cherry.
Yeah, and it's the other part that I think is killing me is my lack of enthusiasm. I'm just not a very exciting guy. And so when I'm like, it's got a LT1. So we had this guy, Mike, from Montana, wants a Chevelle. He comes in and he's like, man, this thing's way cooler than you make it sound online. And I'm like, that's because I'm a spoiled princess. And I'm snotty. I think everything should sound like this and work like this. And took him for a ride in the car and blew his mind and did a lot of that stuff. And so I need to work on being more exciting. So we're getting there.
This car is a great driver for someone that's looking to just get into an experience, like just a really well-rounded driving car.
It's the exact same car as the Goldie car.
Yes.
With an LT1. Same shock package, same wheels, same brakes, not the terrible color. Goldie, I was always worried. I know this is going to make you mad because you love the history of the Goldie color. The Goldie color is terrible, but it's the story that goes with Goldie.
Yes.
And I've always been afraid that people are going to think we actually picked that color to paint it. No, that's the color GM painted it. It's just so great that we didn't want to touch it.
Yeah, that car is beautiful.
Even though it's terrible color.
And you proposed this Black Cherry color when this car was going red to paint. I wasn't with it.
What?
I wasn't about it. I didn't like it myself. I just didn't think that it would be I was looking for a red one. I wanted to see a red
Well, the
one.
red one's coming.
I know the red one's coming.
So Dr. Bob's
Yes.
Chevelle is near color. It's going to be amazing.
Yep.
And it's red with black, not red yet, but red with black stripes.
Yep.
We can insert some bodywork pictures here that we got from the paint penitentiary. Is that how you say paint penitentiary? Yeah. So we got that one. You can insert those here. It looks phenomenal. Those guys have killed it on the car. And it's going to be red. You're going to get your car. So is Dr. Bob. You guys can cruise around together in your dream red car with black stripes and LT4, all that type of stuff. It should be back here by the time we have the next month's update.
Okay.
And the other one.
But I do want to just conclude what we were talking about, though, before we go too far with the next one. But after this car was painted and it came back and the chrome started going back on it and the black wheel, the dish wheels, all that stuff really just made this car come together for this ultimate look. I mean, literally,
I find it crazy that your wife always says you never admit when you're wrong, and you just did.
I did. I was wrong. This car turned out fabulous. And it's not just me. I'm not trying to talk. I mean, you are not as enthusiastic about it, but I am, because I do like the color. It looks really authentic from that time frame, because it is that color.
It's a factory color.
It's a factory color. And the look and everything is there with the vinyl top and what have you. So this car turned out really nice. And it's not just me. There's a lot of people online that keep on talking about this car.
No, it's a great looking car. I think it stands out. It's different. It has all the vibe of a car that would be any of the other colors, but it's a color that you're like, oh, that's the black cherry car. Like,
yeah.
Name one more that's black. I couldn't even name another one that's black cherry.
Yeah, I honestly don't know of any that are cruising around.
That's a high profile car of some sort.
No, not at all. Not this color. But it's got a nice, good running engine and trans combo in it.
Makes nearly 500 horsepower. It's got a 10-speed automatic, independent rear suspension, custom valve shocks, Forgeline wheels, Wilwood brakes, all the stuff.
Jump in it and cruise.
Just cruise. It's meant to go anywhere. It's meant to be fun. It's not gonna be 1,000 horsepower, and a lot of people don't want that. So, yeah, it's a great car. It's gonna be everything that Goldie is. You can watch the video with Greg and where he talks about Goldie and the OG, and everything he loves about Goldie is this car is exactly the same.
Yeah.
And if you hate it, we can even put a 70 bumper on the back if you have to have squared taillights. Okay. We just like it when all four of them light up.
What year is this titled?
This is a clone, so this is 71.
Okay.
So, all right, on to the other ones.
Well, tell me about the paint on.
Oh, we got one more to talk about too.
Yeah, tell me about the paint, because I need to insert those
pictures. You should have already done it.
Well, you got to talk about it first, and then I'll insert it while you're talking
red,
about
remember?
it.
You're talking
not the red one, the black one.
Oh, number 6.
Yes, number 6.
Number 6 is nearly done at the paint penitentiary.
That's in Vegas.
Yes, which it's not. I'm not even sure he got moved from county jail to the state deal because they knocked it out so quick. It's already black with white stripes. It looks phenomenal. The guys at Fairway killed it, just like they did that one. So we're getting that one back soon. We are exchanging this truck due to the Iranian fuel prices and Gavin Newsom killing us with fuel costs. Transportation costs have gone through the roof. So we are trading this truck that we decided needed new hood hinges because the factory one, I bet for the first 50 years of that truck's life or whatever it was, you didn't open the hood much. Now that it's got a cool engine, I think we open the hood all the time, and the factory hinges are junk.
Yeah, I'm blown away that the hinges hadn't been done yet.
So we're putting new hinges on it and getting that set up and getting everything else realigned to make that right. So, but we will exchange that here in a couple weeks for Chris's number 6 Chevelle and get it back here. It is black with white stripes. You can insert some of the bodywork pictures here where those guys have killed it. So we will have two convicts coming back that are ready for release. So,
and just so we're clear, what Roger is talking about is paint jail. Paint jail is one of the things that people are scared of, and Roger is definitely not into paint jail stuff.
No, we're not. We're getting these cars back in right around 90 days, plus or minus.
Okay.
So that's part of our process of trying to get these things. We deliver them, working through that type of stuff of getting a nice paint job and getting everything back, but also not trying to make super duper Riddler show car stuff that everybody's afraid to drive.
Yep.
So,
okay.
Over here we got number 8. This is the chassis for number 8. This is going to be an Ironworks test car. So we are not testing an inverted 8 HP transmission as much as Nick thought that was going to happen in the video. We are showing how strong the floorboards are. Like this has one of our chassis under it with the floorboards in it, has everything in it as it came out of the crate. Wheel tubs have not been spot welded in. Firewall that comes from Roadstershop is sitting there. Does not have shocks on it because it's getting the Nitron electric shocks that Roadstershop's working with them, and they want us to test it. But we are going to put this car together in probably black sheet metal for a while, and we want to test stuff. I want to have this car running and driving. It's getting a Don Hardy 416 cubic inch LS. It's either going to be 620 or 680. Haven't decided. Going to be about the same in torque. It's going to be a monster. So we're putting that in here with the 8 HP transmission to make a modern manual transmission. I know it sounds crazy, but we're going to electronically shift this transmission to make it think it's a manual, but it's going to shift quicker. No more missing third gear. So we're going to put that under there and do a bunch of testing with the car running and driving, engine and trans in it, and we'll know what the air intake temperatures are in the current stock configuration. Then we can put a vent in the hood and see how that changes. Then we can put our air intake stuff we do in the front core support, see how that changes. It'll allow us to do some testing on the car and try some things for noise and style and the things that we want to do to really refine what this car is going to be.
Okay, so that's all great. When you walked over here, you said with our chassis. For the people that are following along, maybe jumped in just recently, what is our chassis? Because this, you said
this is a chassis that we designed with the Roadstershop that is based on their fast track stuff up front and their Corvette fast track in the rear that has a custom frame rail section from the firewall back. It integrates the seat mounts and integrates the fuel tank mounts. Everything it comes to us just as you see it. It welds to the rocker, all that type of stuff. I'm not going to bore you guys because there'll be a video for this specific car. There'll be things like that that come with this one. If you want more information on this, we've been doing a bunch of this.
Yep.
But that's the gist of what this number 8 car is going to be.
Quick features: lower center of gravity,
torsional rigidity, more ground clearance, more interior room.
quicker install.
I don't think you could ask for much more.
Yeah, lot of positives to it.
Lots of positives.
The only maybe it's a higher price chassis, but you're also saving on installation.
Everything good is expensive.
Yes. Okay. So that was the quick version. If you guys want to know the long version, go and watch the video that's dedicated for this actual chassis setup.
It'll be coming out. If it's not out already, it'll be out soon. It's going to have all that type of stuff in it. So we can insert the rendering for this, what this one will be after all the testing's done. It's just going to be an orange car that's got a bunch of modern vents and stuff on it to kind of exemplify what the modern muscle car will be. So here we have Swiss cheese, just no longer with all the holes. But it's got this big cheese in here of the LT5 engine. So it's a little tall. We're working on probably moving it back from where we normally put it a little bit, make a few firewall modifications.
A little tall?
A little tall. So, but we can, we're gonna mess around with engine height. We can mess around with some other things like that to get all that stuff together. But this is really going to set the stage for where this is going, for a reliable, turn the key, drive it anywhere, 750 horsepower, 10-speed automatic, everything you could want in it. Basically, if there was an LT5 Z01 Camaro, I mean, 10-speed transmission, ZR1 rear differential, everything you could ask for. So,
and for the builders, mechanically inclined people that know the LT5 and Chevelles, yes, this one sits higher in this car because the chassis.
Because the ride height's lower. So It's about as low as you're going to make it with, you know, the LT4 barely fits under the hood. And so the LT5 just, you know, a little bit taller. And so we're going to deal with that. We're probably going to scan the engine to get that placement in it once we finalize that position. And then we're going to come back and scan the hood on it and see how far this fits through here and what we need to make the hood look like to clear that. And maybe we'll expose the blower through the hood.
Interesting.
So we got rain gutter mock-up stuff here that we've gone over. You can see that in the big video for this specific car. We got the rear X braces in, dash bars set up in the car. We've got the wheel tub modifications are complete. Back here, just the tubs have not been finally attached. Fuel tank is set in the car with the fuel filler. Trunk supports are about ready to go in. 70 rear bumpers mocked up so we can start flush fitting that to the car.
I see the turn signals are getting deleted.
Do what?
The turn signals are getting deleted. They got deleted.
Oh, the marker lights.
The marker lights, sorry. Marker lights.
Seriously, video guys. Yes, they've been deleted. So yes, working on that type of stuff, and it's coming along. It's looking good. So up here, we have Mr. Steve Aguilar's, what is this, a 72 Buick Skylark. So 5 weeks ago, this was a running, driving, 455 powered Buick Skylark. Now it's a Legacy Series number 9 with late model engines. I don't know if this one's a 441, but the new one that's coming will be a 441 that's naturally aspirated. It's got a Tesla Gen 1 booster. It's got our fiberglass inner fenders. We use Chevelle inner fender brackets, I guess you would call that, from some donor fenders we had. And it's got the radiator mocked up. Everything else is kind of set in place. So getting the wheel tubs finalized because they were a little different shape at the very back. And getting ready to start on all the modifications. You can see some of the direction of what we're going to make a one-piece grill. Instead of a piece that rides on the hood will close behind it, and that'll carry into what would be the condenser closeout panel, then the radiator cover panel. We need the air intake to build. We need the air intake to build the air intake tube, and get all the cold air induction stuff set up to get as much cold air in there as we can.
Okay, and if you don't remember, or if you haven't already seen, this car came in about 6 weeks ago.
5 weeks ago, something like that.
Blue. Running 1972 Buick
455 manual transmission,
and it looked good. It was a clean looking car. But now
we sold everything, the paint at all. We sold it all.
Everyone wanted to know what the paint color was, and everyone wanted to know about the paint, and the paint wasn't staying, and it's gone.
We should have pulled like a Whistle and Diesel thing and sold paint chips online for as much
in little
emails
bottles
that we got of people who wanted the paint colored. And yeah, so sorry, we took all that blue and it's gone, but we should have done a Whistle and Diesel and sold paint chips or something. So
okay, so bodywork's being done, and
yeah, just getting everything straight. So if you want to see a lot more information on the rocker details and things like that, you can watch the specific video on that one for this car.
Okay.
So at this point, like you can see, Black Cherry's done, nearly done. Just waiting on that sway bar bushing, and the number 8 test car is coming together. Chassis number 10 is about a month out. We're getting Dr. Bob's and Chris Yeti's car together to have those done for this year. And I don't know, everything's moving along pretty good with the legacy cars.
Okay, well, I appreciate your time walking us through all the legacy cars. And if you guys want to see more information about individual cars, like he said, we'll have some videos dedicated to those cars with more in-depth detail. But until the next time, reach out to Ironworks through their contact page on their website, because that's what Steve did, and that's how Steve slid in, because he saw 2 cars and went to paint, and now his car is all apart and being worked on. So reach out to Roger and his team. Thanks for watching. See you guys on the next one.